Hey, what's up guys? Planet Airsoft here. It's been quite a freaking long time, but today Fox Airsoft sent over the Classic Army Apex R5 for me to review for you guys, and it happens to be they're also giving it away, this exact gun. I would highly recommend you guys go enter. It's an amazing gun, and if you don't want to take my word for it, watch the review and see for yourself as to why I think it's an amazing gun. Click the link in the description of this video. It's going to be the first link. It'll tell you what to do. It's like 3 steps. It's very simple and it's free to enter, so go do that. So now that we have that out of the way, let's go ahead and show you guys what comes in the box. You have a cardboard box, very much standard. Opening it up, it's styrofoam cutout on the inside. I hope you guys can actually see this. I kind of got a new camera and I don't know how to use it for video, so I'm going to pretend I do and I hope it works out. So let's see, for starter you have your manual with safety information, warranty information, and a catalog by Classic Army, very much standard. You have, where'd it go? There we are. Lost it for a second there. A cleaning slash and jamming rod, which is also very much standard. I think I saw YouTubers do this to focus. I doubt it actually works for me, but I tried. Next up, we have not one, but 2 metal high capacity magazines. This is awesome because for starters, they seem pretty solid, and generally higher-end guns come with shitty magazines and accessories, so it's really cool of Classic Army to throw that in just as a bonus. Next up, trying that again, we have a Dienst to Tamiya adapter. This is also awesome. The reason why it's included is because this gun is wired to Dienst out of the box. But if you refuse to upgrade and you, are set on using Tamiya batteries, you have that. Finally, we have the actual gun. It's two-tone, black and bronze, and this thing is beautiful. It is such a nice looking gun. Oh god, trees. So freaking nice. I just love the look. Let's actually talk about it and see if it's better than just looks. So now that we talked about what comes in the box, let's go through the features of the gun and see if it's awesome or not so much awesome. Starting from the rear, you have a 6-point retractable crane stock. I'll even show you guys in case you don't believe me. Next up, you have a metal sling mount point, which is awesome because that means it probably won't break unless you do something exceptionally stupid. Next up, jumping from the rear a little bit to the front, you have 2 metal flip-up sights which are removable, lock into place, and adjustable for both windage and elevation. Moving a little bit down on the gun, you have a pistol grip, which is, I guess, texturized to some extent. Next up, you have this trigger guard, which is angled down a little bit. It looks really cool. I'll give it that, and I guess it would be somewhat useful if you're wearing gloves and you need more room there on the trigger area. You have an ambidextrous fire selector, which is extremely stiff, but I'm sure it loosens up over time. And in addition to that, you have an ambidextrous magazine release, which is all good news for your lefty players out there. So if you're a lefty player, this is a gun you might want to check out. Next up, one of my favorite parts about this gun, which is completely aesthetic and does not make it perform any better at all, obviously, but I still like it because it looks super cool. You have deeply engraved trademarks of sorts on the sides and on the other side. Obviously, once again, this doesn't make it perform any better. It doesn't make it any better of a gun, but it looks super cool, and it's just detail. It's all in the details. And to round up the engravings, you do have a unique serial number engraved on, well, this side of the gun, which is a nice touch. It kind of gives it more of a sense of it being your own. Next up, you have a key mounted rail over here, which is 13 inches in length, and you have a Picatinny monolithic upper rail running across the top. You have a 14.5 inch metal outer barrel, and finally, to round off the externals on this gun, you have an orange flash hider, which hides your 14mm counterclockwise or negative threading, which is pretty much standard for almost all airsoft suppressors, flash hiders, compensators, amplifiers, whatever you can think of on the airsoft market. It's time to slightly bore you to death with the internal talk. Classic Army is known for pre-upgrading their guns with parts that you normally have to purchase aftermarket and have installed, but does it really make that much of a difference? I guess we'll find that out soon. Starting from the rear, you pop out the butt plate, which is how you access your battery compartment, and you pull out the wiring, not literally, but I hope you guys can figure that out. It's wired to Dienst out of the box. I guess that's considered one upgrade. A lot of manufacturers do not do that, so it's the definite bonus. I did mention this previously. It does come with an adapter in case you run Tamiya batteries. Next up, you have this MOSFET, which only protects your trigger contacts. A lot of guns these days, out of the box, they come with MOSFETs that are programmable and all that. This does not do any of that, so I don't know if it's definitely a plus, but it's not that great. You have low resistance silver wiring, and moving over here, you have a quick change spring system, which you cannot see, but it's a nice touch. So due to the fact that you can't exactly see the rest of the internals because, well, it's inside the gun, you get to look at me instead. Yay! I'm going to kind of cheat a little bit in case you notice my cheat sheet because my brain is not working today at all, so gonna have to cheat a little. Starting inside the gearbox, you have 9mm bearings, wire cut steel 21:1 ratio gears, stainless steel bore-up cylinder, an aluminum bore-up cylinder head, a metal spring guide with bearings, and out of the gearbox into here you have a 6.03 Type-R barrel, which is awesome because Type-R barrels really do make a difference if it's, I guess, of decent quality. We'll see. So now that all the boring talk is out of the way, it's time for the accuracy test. For the accuracy test, I'll be using a PTS EPM mid-cap and a 7.4 LiPo wired to Dean's. Since on Classic Army's website, I think that's where I pulled the information from, I'm sorry if I'm wrong, it says the gun is LiPo ready, but since it's not my gun, I'm not going to test an 11.1 because I don't want to chance it, but a 7.4 should be more than fine. So I hope you can hear me with the sound of the guys who decide to show up and be loud, but anyways, about sums it up. I'm sorry I couldn't get more shooting clips in. I'm honestly having a lot of difficulty figuring out how to use the settings for the video on my camera. If you know any tips or tricks for the Nikon, I guess D750 if that helps. For video settings, please leave them down below. I'd be much appreciative of that. The 603 barrel clearly helped in accuracy. I was about 100 feet away or so, maybe a little further. I was not using any sights or anything. The only thing I guess adjusted would be the hop-up unit. And I was using .20 gram BBs, which are known to be blown away by the slightest bit of wind or whatnot. Not very accurate regardless, so pretty impressive. I'm impressed. Also, the trigger response and rate of fire was okay, but the trigger response on a 7.4 LiPo, it was really snappy. I was very not expecting that, and anyways, the gun will run you around $275, I believe. It was definitely between $250 and $300. I don't remember exactly because I'm pretty sure they don't make this gun anymore, and I can't find the site which I originally found it in stock on. So there's that. I'm sorry. Overall, I'd say the gun is really solid. It's lightweight, but not to the point where it feels cheap. It's full metal. It feels really durable. There is no wobble at all, so massive bonus there. The 603 barrel definitely improves accuracy. It was very noticeable. The range is, it's okay. It could be better for that price point. I would wish it was better, but it's not bad. Don't get me wrong. It's not bad. It just could be better. It's honestly for the price point. It's not the best in its class. And it's not the worst in its class. It's really up to you if you want to buy it or not. I wouldn't like say definitely buy it. It's a steal. It's like the most amazing gun in the world, but I wouldn't say it's a piece of shit and don't buy it. It's somewhere between. It's a good gun, but not the best. So it's really up to you. It's based off looks and whatnot that'll make your decision. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Check out my giveaway that me and New Breed Paintball and Airsoft are hosting. Didn't mention this yet because I didn't want to waste time, but I am now. It's the second link in the description, and don't forget to enter Fox Airsoft's giveaway for this exact gun. First link in the description.